What's up, y'all? Man, I am super hyped about that Rockets performance tonight. They looked amazing. Like, they looked like a team that had the goal of winning the championship, and this was like the first step, of that journey. Like, they were all focused, intense on both ends of the ball. I mean, pretty much everybody played well. I mean, very excited about that performance. Again, I say all the time, like, I had playoff experience as a fan, so it's just one game. So again, we definitely game two, we have to watch closely and see what OKC is going to do to adjust. But man, over the last day or two, and then definitely after this performance, do I start to see how this is just going to be a tough matchup for the Thunder. And I think what I was doing, I was so nervous about the series coming in because I just didn't want to play the Thunder just for so many reasons that I'm sure you guys would know about. But it just didn't seem like I was putting the previous OKC teams and this team put together in a lot of different ways, and I just don't think that was right. I was trying to. I think I was giving OKC too much credit defensively. I don't think they're going to have any chance guarding us throughout the series. And again, I'll wait till after game two to see, but I think it's going to be tough for us to stay in front of our guys. With that said, shout out to our players, man. Like James Harden got in his bag in the second half, just completely unstoppable. It was good, just a great game from him overall, but in the second half really got going. But Eric Gordon throughout the game just constantly getting to the basket. Like they could not stop him from getting to the basket at all. And that's what I'm saying about OKC. Like they do not have the defenders that they used to, the guys that they try to play that can defend somewhat, like they just can't shoot the ball at all. And that's not really the guys that they want to play. Like for most of the game, the primary defender on Harden was Dennis Schroeder. Like when they have their best lineups out there, they have Dennis Schroeder on James Harden. That is just not going to work. And I tweeted it, like James Harden can drive Dennis Schroeder every damn possession, excuse my language, but like he really can. Like, he can drive by him. There's nothing Dennis Schroeder can do. He can pest them all the way up the floor and try to bother him like when he's doing his dribble and try to be a pest, but he cannot do anything when James Harden makes his mind to go by him. I'm sorry, he just can't. So that's going to be a problem for OKC. As we saw a lot tonight, and I think it's not, again, media can create narratives, and I'm not, CP3 obviously had a great season, but CP3 is not the same player, and he is definitely not as good as Russell Westbrook at this point in his career. Most people understand that, but some people still have those, that opinion. Chris Paul is just not very explosive. He cannot beat his man consistently like he used to. Again, he can have a certain plays, and even again throughout the season in the fourth quarter, he's really stepped up for the Thunder. But throughout a course of a game, they really need him. Like throughout the course of the game against the Rockets, they're going to need him to be able to be a top scoring threat in every single quarter that he's out there on the floor. And he just doesn't have that in him anymore. And again, he can be better in game two and moving on in the series. But, Chris is a guy that takes advantage of the pick and roll, whether through switches, whether just playing it out, seeing how the defense is playing it and pulling up for mid-range, getting the matchup that he wants, just really manipulating the situation to get exactly what he wants. And he can't do that against the Rockets because we're not playing a slow big that misses a step and it's just a little bit out of position. I was even looking at just some of the highlights from the games against the Rockets this year, and he does that a lot. Where he's taking advantage of Capella or hitting shots mid-range over Capella. Even Isaiah Hartenstein, he went through his legs, like just playing with him. Like he can't do all that stuff, when there's nothing but guys that can stay in front of him or on the floor. And that's consistent throughout CP3 over the latter half of his career. Let's say, the last 3 years or so. Obviously, he was great in Houston. He's a great player still. I'm not trying to talk down on CP3. But I think that if the Thunder want to win this series, they need him to be like the second best player on the court, third best player on the court at worst. And I don't see him being able to do that. So that, again, there's just a lot of things I come away thinking that OKC is just going to be tough for them. Like if they really don't have the perimeter defenders that they can play, Roberson is not in his prime form. We saw that clearly tonight. He was jumping at stuff that, he's just not the same defender right now. And it makes sense. He hadn't played in 2 years. They tried it. I'm not sure if he'll play much for the rest of the series. They may give him one more try. But again, no one else on the team really can. Like Ferguson, Diallo, Schroeder were probably the three guys that saw Harden the most tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't have a chance. Like none of those guys have a chance to guard James Harden. Again, when he makes up his mind, he had the step back going to a good degree tonight. But the whole team, like I said, getting to the basket, hitting timely shots. The defense, though, guys, we got to talk about this Rockets defense because I think it's definitely the most underrated part of this team. And I think it just all comes back to just the small ball. And even everybody had a little bit of hesitancy of what it would mean against, big matchups. But I know for myself, like as soon as we started playing, like I lost so many reservations. Like I instantly knew like we didn't need to worry about bigs like Gobert and Adams. Once we started playing, like I knew it was going to be guys like Anthony Davis's or Giannis's, or even someone maybe like Jokic, just guys that have just like skills, not just physical dominance. Like you got to have legit skill. If you need to post it up and take a dribble and all that stuff, like it's going to be tough for you. You got to have ball handling skills, or you got to have touch from outside. And like Porzingis for Dallas, like he's someone that'd be tough for the Rockets. But these guys like Adams, like they're just not going to be a problem. And I think Adams probably played more in the first half, but in the second half, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he played as much, And again, I think it's going to be even worse when Russ is out there. Because again, like some people might be thinking, oh, you can put Adams on Russ, but like you cannot put Adams on Russ. Like Adams, if Russ is on the court, Adams still has to guard PJ Tucker, and which is making him just in the same position he was, where he's wanting the help because he's big, but then he's just leaving open guys. And again, it just unfolds itself. If you help on the Tucker shot, then someone else is open. It just, like the Rockets' offense is tough to stop. It really is for a lot of different reasons. And then the playoffs, when our defense is really honed in and we're playing the defense that we are, you really see a team that's going to be tough. Like, honestly, like just from what I saw tonight, like, I feel, again, it's just one game. I'm just talking about the team that I've been seeing, for small ball. Yeah, like, the Lakers better be ready. Like, the Lakers better be ready to play their very best basketball. Don't think LeBron could come into that series averaging, 25 points a game. No, you're going to need, King James. You're going to need 33 points from LeBron to beat the Warriors. And I really think that. Like, I don't think as great as Anthony Davis can be, like, we'll see. Like, Anthony Davis, I think LeBron needs to be the best player in that series. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that. But that's me getting off topic and just be getting way ahead of myself as a happy Rockets fan after game one. Let me know what y'all thought about the game. Again, the Thunder can make their adjustments. It was just one big game. The Rockets have won a lot of game ones for sure in the past. And, again, I just think it's going to be tough for the Thunder to ultimately win this series. And just how are they going to guard Harden? They have no one that can stay in front of him. So, okay, maybe next game we will see the doubling. Maybe, again, Billy Donovan does not like to double. But maybe they have to do that. Just take Harden out of it because, again, like what he did in the second half, and he was fine in the first half. He just kind of made some mistakes, but like he's going to be able to do that. He can drive by every one of their defenders. So you need to, how you going to stop him from doing that unless you double? With the guys they want to play, they don't have anybody that can check him. And they don't even have like the guys that can come and help weak side and block his shot. That's the other thing I was thinking. Like, OKC teams in the past just, their defenders, like anybody could come on the weak side and block a shot. I remember one game Russ was eating his shot at the rim and stuff. Like, they don't have those guys anymore. Jeremy Grant's not coming to help and guard Harden. He's also not coming over to block a shot while Roberson is guarding. Like this is a different team, defensively, as deep as this OKC team is, and it's a much better shooting team, and it's got better guard play and playmakers overall. But like defensively and like they're in this series specifically, they really aren't good defensively, in my opinion. So, but let me know what you guys think. Get in the comments, please. This is just game one. I'm not trying to overreact too much, but just what I saw tonight. It's going to be tough for them. I still got the Rockets in 6, but let me know. And I appreciate you guys watching this.